early. So can I tell you about Rhino Shield? Did you call Susan, please? Let me give you the number for Rhino Shield. It's 877-744-60. Moore is an attorney, political analyst, and conservative commentator. She's also an ambassador with Turning Point USA, which is a great organization. Erin, welcome to the show. How you doing through all this madness?
Thank you for having me. I'm definitely experiencing the madness. I'm home with my family, which is always a silver lining. And my husband wanted me to tell you, he's from Jersey, you're from Jersey, and he's a big fan of yours.
That's great. What exit? Is he a Jersey guy, your husband?
Yes. What exit, he said. What exit, babe? What exit are you? Do you know? He just gave me a look right now. He got all nervous. He said, hi, good morning.
It's all right. you know, we appreciate it. Charlie Kirk is a buddy, and we appreciate all the great work you're doing with Turning Point USA. And I know, hey, you were on The Apprentice, right? You were on The Apprentice?
I was on The Apprentice with Donald Trump. I have the honor and distinction of being fired by the president. So, hey, what could be better than that?
Yeah, oh, man. So give us, you know what? Again, guilty as charged. I've known Donald J. Trump for probably before you were born, Erin. So, and I support the president. But give us your opinion of his response to handling this Corona fiasco.
So, first of all, the politicization, if that's even a proper word, of all of this has really hurt my soul a little bit. You know, people on the Democrat side are really trying to tear him apart. And I think it's sad because right now there is so much fear and so much unknown that we have to rally behind the president and rally around each other. So how do I think the president is doing? I think he's doing wonderful. I think that it is changing minute by minute. The protocols are changing. The information is changing. Everything is moving so rapidly. I think he's keeping things pretty close to the vest. And I think that's a smart move.
But did you watch? We were laughing before when the reporter, I think she was from CNN. Why do you keep calling it a Chinese virus? It was so annoying. I mean, what a question, what a question. And he just said, well, where is it from? And he says, China. And right in her face, it puts it. I mean, honestly, it comes from China. Is it not okay to say that, Erin?
Joe, you know what's actually funny is Lyme disease comes from Lyme, Connecticut. MERS.
Thank you.
Lyme, Connecticut. So diseases are often identified by their place of origin. So MERS, MERS, is Middle Eastern Respiratory Syndrome because it came from the Middle East. To say that this is a Wuhan or a China disease is pretty much in line with how some of these diseases are identified. It is not xenophobic. It is not racist. It is factual.
Yeah, it is true. And just to be fair, I saw CNN 2 days in a row gave the president glowing review on those press conferences. I even heard Erin Elmore say the leadership is doing the right thing. I mean, so there is a chance that we are all joining together. But what impact do you think, Erin Elmore, all of this has on the presidential race itself?
You know, people are quick to play politics right now, as I've indicated. And I always say to them, the election is 9 months away. This came upon us so quickly and so furiously and with such fervor. I think we have to see what happens. I am no economist, but I do know that the president is infusing a lot of stimuli into the economy and a lot of money into the economy. Let's hope that this hits a V and goes up the other side of the V very quickly. And from everything I understand from those that do know finance, say that is altogether possible.
Yeah, this is going to be big. Hey, what's happening with the Democratic primary? Is Bernie dropping out? What did you hear?
You know, yesterday there was some news that Bernie was going to exit stage left. But as we know from 2016, he's never a quitter. So I don't know that he's going to leave. But really, in all of this hysteria, it's so sad that we have these almost octogenarians standing on the stage, banging their fist about minutia and inanity. It's pretty sad.
I know, and he got grumpy, which is a surprise, right? But I know, and then Joe Biden's the guy. He's going to be the guy, and he's just sweeping through these. So let's say everything settles down, and by November, Joe Biden's up. I mean, I don't know. And again, I say this respectfully. I always try to be respectful, Erin. You know what I'm saying? But the president against Joe Biden on a debate stage. I mean, really, that could be cruel and unusual punishment toward Joe Biden. Am I right?
I mean, first of all, it's so hard for me to even think about these primaries right now. But let alone the general. But let's get serious. I'm so excited for the general. I think it's going to be a time where Joe is really going to have to step up to the plate because we've seen in his behavior, unless he is reading from a teleprompter, and even then, he has a great inability to even get through one sentence. And when people now say he's looking presidential, I don't even know what that means for him, because in a debate, he's going to have to take his ginkgo biloba or start really doing crossword puzzles, because his mind really seems to be shot.
Or Prevagen, the Prevagen. Take your Prevagen. What day is it? Erin, tell us before we let you go. Tell us about Turning Point USA. I love it. We love Charlie. We love that Charlie goes on. He's brave enough to go on college campuses and all that you stand for. And tell us that there's hope in the younger generation today, Erin.
So I am lucky enough to be an ambassador for Turning Point USA, which means I am just going out and meeting, not right now because we are social distancing, but Turning Point USA is a wonderful organization that goes around to both high schools and colleges and helps people with conservative point of view speak their mind and speak freely without being chastised. And Charlie isn't getting into the minutia of all of the issues. What he stands for is democracy, the Constitution, and that America is the greatest nation in the world. And he wants all of us, whether we're young or old, to come together on that value system. And he really has all of these different meetings across the country and on college campuses and in high schools to encourage people to be the best version of themselves. And don't be afraid to stand up for these viewpoints, because America is the greatest nation and Americans should be proud of themselves and ourselves. And that's what he stands for. And he's doing an excellent job of giving people a voice.
And there are young people that go along. You always hear about the protests. There's always those 2 or 3 goofy people that are going to try to disrupt you when you go on a college campus. But for all in all, and I see it myself, a lot of young, common sense college kids. I mean, is it safe to say, Erin?
They do make me have a lot of pride in the future. And I do believe that this millennial generation was sort of the worst, sadly. And I am on the cusp of that generation because they have been handed everything. It's the participation trophy culture. It's the safe space culture. It's the I'm entitled culture. And this slightly younger generation that we're having, that Charlie is helping to shape, I see a bright future for them. They want to get their hands dirty. They want to go to trade schools. They don't just want to get a liberal arts education. Not that there's necessarily anything wrong with that, but they want to work, get their hands dirty, support America, work for themselves, have a bright future. And they are the people that help me get up every morning. And I'm glad I get to work with them. And they inspire me on a daily basis.
I love you fired up. Before we let you go, Erin Elmore, she's with Turning Point USA. Erin, on Ivanka Trump, I know you've interviewed Ivanka, a great gal, and now she put out a statement. I saw she posted something that to make the most out of their family time together. And I said just yesterday, Ilhan Omar said something nice about the president, but the day before, I believe she criticized Ivanka Trump for just trying to make a nice family statement. Correct?
Worse than that, not only was Ivanka, who is a wonderful woman that I do have the pleasure of knowing personally, Ivanka was just basically saying, in these horrible times, spend some time with your family, find a way to see a silver lining and come together. No, it is not going to get rid of the horrible things that we're dealing with today. But please just come together and spend some time with your family and try to find joy in this great tragedy. And back to my politicization, my new favorite fake word, real word.
I love it.
Ilhan Omar said, what about what your father has done to separate families at the border? And it's basically so sad. First of all, that President Trump did not start putting people in quote unquote cages. This started under Obama and previously.
Thank you.
So to blame this on President Trump is not only sad right now, it's tone deaf.
Yeah.
Moreover, not only because we're supposed to be coming together as a nation, but her family situation, we shall not throw stones from glass houses. There are allegations that she was married to her brother to get him basically citizenship. And then she had a second husband, her real husband, she was having an affair with her staffer and funneling him money. And now she's with him. So let's not criticize someone who loves their family and is trying to bring positivity to a terrible situation.
Amen. Erin Elmore, doing a great job. Conservative commentator, political analyst, attorney from an ambassador with Turning Point USA. Give my best to your husband. We Jersey guys stick together. And Erin, please come back soon. Right. Love having you on the show. All the very best to you guys.
Stay safe. Wash your hands.
Yeah, there it is. Thanks. Erin Elmore right there. Piscopo in the morning. It's 8:36 on AM 970. The Answer.